Hi guys, I'm EVM to a bitterly cold morning here at the Porsche, should I say, headquarters. It's the Taycan. It's finally here. I've been badgering them for literally months, and just to get rid of me, they're finally giving us the Porsche Taycan Turbo. But you know what, this is a car I've been waiting for, not just because I want to drive a very fast car, but because for me, this is, I'm just going to say it outright, this is the best electric vehicle you can buy right now. 2020, probably 21 as well, in just terms of engineering, in terms of what Porsche gives you in driving style, in feeling, an emotional purchase. This just surpasses pretty much everything else by a huge margin. And for me, when you look at what other manufacturers do, like Mercedes, the EQC, that can cost upwards of 100,000. And although this goes significantly past that if you want to, there's just no comparison. That's a petrol engine adaptation. This is a proper ground up EV, and it's got so much engineering and tech that I want to tell you about. I already love it, and we've not even started driving it yet. So let's see what it's like on the road. Let's see what it's like, well, in the hands of an experienced motor racing driver. Well, let's just get on with it. I can't wait, and it's absolutely Baltic. Ugh. Right, let's have a look around the outside, the inside, and then we'll take it out. Oh, you'll have to excuse me if I can't feel my hands and I have to just rush this, but it is so cold here, you won't believe. Right, well, from the front, it's clearly a Porsche family look, isn't it? I really like the kind of recessed lights. You've got the sports air vents that actually have a purpose, which a lot of cars these days don't. You've got a lot of stuff on this particular car that won't be on every Taycan. I should point that out. This is very, very well spec'd. We'll go through that later on because it's got 25 grand's worth of extras on this thing. It's got a lot of presence. It's a lot lower, just like a Porsche should be, but it's very wide. So I think it comes across on camera for me on how much presence this actually has. And I'm just going to let you look at it. It's not the best looking Porsche, I don't think, but I wouldn't mind opening my garage door and seeing this. Not just because of this lovely badge, but because I think it's a good looking car. From the side, again, clearly a Porsche sort of silhouette. Charge port, I really like this. Of course, it's an optional extra, what isn't? But you just put your hand under there and it flips up. They've got one on each side. This one just does Type 2, the other side does the full CCS. This one has the optional 21-inch wheels and ceramic brakes. Look at the size of that caliper. That is just, I've never seen one that big before. I'm not going to go down the innuendo route. Harry's staring at me and smiling. Stop it, Harry. It's just, I don't know. It's a car that's a lot bigger than it looks, but ultimately it's not as big as Panamera. It's got all the cool kind of Porsche curves coming back down here. I'll show you the back in a second. The handles protrude when you walk up to it and go back in when you're finished. I'm not sure what's more to say, really. It's a Porsche. It looks like a Porsche, and you could just see how low it is. I mean, look, even I, with my small stature, can reach the middle. And you've got this little hump here. I'm not sure if you can make that on camera, but it's just got lots of aero stuff that actually makes sense. It's not just for looks, it's for speed. And that's what this is for, speed. Just going to warm up while I keep doing this. Clearly, again, a Porsche rear end. The Taycan Turbo. The Turbo S is the top model, this is the second one down, but still cost us £145,000 with the extras. You've got the spoiler that comes up at speed, of course, and just that classic Porsche sloping rear. I would say that, again, it's not the best looking Porsche, but it's just got presence. It's got a wide booty, so to speak, and a rather nice diffuser. Right, before my hands literally go numb, let's go inside and have a look at the interior of this thing. Actually, no, we're going to look at the boot because I've forgotten. Yes, let's keep going. I press that button. Aha! As you can see, you have the charging bag here, which, can you believe, is an optional extra on a £115,000 car. It's actually a big boot. It's bigger than something like a Golf, not quite as big as a Panamera, and definitely not as big as a Model S. But I would say that is perfectly usable for holidays, family stuff. But yeah, so it's not massively practical. There's not a huge amount under there. But you know what? I think anyone that's going on a bit of a tour anywhere, maybe around Europe, that's fine. That's fine. I have no problems at all. And of course, press that button and it closes it for you, because who wants to press a boot close themselves? That's not what you get these high-end cars for, is it? Right, okay, now definitely go inside now, because I don't know if you see, well, I've got pink hands. The outlook, the whole kind of shape of the cabin is very much Porsche. Really nice feeling steering wheel. Lots of buttons on here which affect this, the digital dash binnacle, whatever you want to call it, but it is really cool. If I scroll down on that, for example, you can pick what you want to see. So let's go for information on that one. And then if I click on there, I can adjust that. I'm going to keep it on G-force just because I'm a child. And yeah, this is just really easy to see. I like that a lot. And it curves round. Not sure if you can see it on camera. It curves round, and it's easy to see even in bright sunshine and at night. The doors, again, you might recognise these if you're familiar with Porsches. Got all the usual buttons, the usual high-end switch gear. Really nice materials. It's a bit dark on camera, so apologies for that. Decent sized bin, because I'm sure that's what every Porsche owner cares about. The materials used, of course, lots and lots of leather. Really cool little clock there. And it's solid. That's the best I can really describe it. This is the passenger display, which this one doesn't have, it seems. Obviously another optional extra. Center display, again, just as easy to read as this thing. Really cool. And kind of like a Tesla-esque, you can adjust the flow of air for the various air vents, which we've turned off just for noise at the moment. You've got another display down here as well, of course, for the climate control and various other features like, you know, music, entertainment, sat nav. Again, not really had a chance to use the sat nav, but I'm pretty sure it'll be like all the other Porsches and very responsive. If we go back, a cup holder, which, yeah, wow, that's nice. You can chuck your phone there, and when you accelerate hard, that'll end up under your foot. Another cup holder, if we go back, and a really nice armrest. It's got that really nice solid center console feel. It just encompasses, if I just pull back, the driver. You feel like you sat in the car, and it's got absolutely a Porsche feel. Anyone, again, that's familiar with, say, the 911 or Panamera, you feel like you're in a similar environment. I am a happy person right now, and not just because of the badge, but because I feel like I'm in something special. Right, let's jump in the back now and see if you can actually get anyone in there. As you can see, they protrude when you come to them. Here we go. Now, that seat is about as far back as it would go, just so I could film in the front. So this isn't a normal situation to be in. However, even though that is, again, so far back I can't reach the pedals, still plenty of space. There is no centre seat in here. If you want a centre seat, it's an optional extra. It's a bit of a theme going on there. So this is effectively a four-seater car. But, oh, yeah, oh, what seats these are. It does feel a little bit enclosed. You know, we are quite steeply raked across here, and you probably might bang your head on that, but I suspect not many people who are buying one of these will be carrying many adults in the back. Down there we have a screen for the rear passengers, so you can control the heating, heated seats in the rear, of course, many of which will be optional extras, don't forget that. So yeah, back here it's actually, I won't say it's something I'd like to be driven in. I'd rather be in this seat than the back seats, but plenty of space, plenty of room. I'm glad they haven't bothered shoehorning a centre seat in, they've just left it as it is. So yeah, I'm quite actually impressed with this. It's not quite as big as a Panamera in the back, but it's certainly usable, very usable in fact. Now, should I go straight into Sport Plus mode, or
let's work up to that?
Work up to
yeah,
that.
Yeah, it is. It's wet and foggy.
Just a little bit. They've got, I forgot to call them, like battery luggage wells or something like that. So basically,
space in the battery.
Yeah, they put gaps in where the battery is in the floor space, so the person can sit in the feet, and you're not sat on batteries. So the batteries go around you, so you actually feel like you're in a proper driving position.
What Porsche have done is they've started with a driving position and built the car around it.
Yes, as opposed to everyone else who does it the other way around. And that's what you're buying with, well, let's face it, this is a sports EV. But is it a supercar? Because that is something which is
the first electric supercar.
Well, I don't know, because some people say it is a supercar, some people say it isn't. When you can get a Golf that can do 0 to 60 in under 4 seconds, it kind of recalibrates what
what fast
a
is.
supercar is, isn't it? Yeah. So this is obviously horrendously fast. But I don't know what is a supercar. We've got hypercars now. So I don't know. I would probably class it as a supercar. This has got the insulated windows, thermally and sound insulated windows to make it even quieter.
Has it got the woo sound?
The Sports Plus mode, the woo sound comes on. So we'll try. Oh, an i8. So yeah, back on track. This is definitely quiet for any electric vehicle. It's got air suspension as standard, which means it's also one of the most comfortable ones I've ever been in. It's like witchcraft. How have they made a car that handles and drives so well that weighs not far off 2.5 ton-ish? I think it's 2.2.
It is witchcraft, isn't it?
And is so comfortable, and is so. I mean, the engineering behind it is just
amazing,
obscene,
absolutely,
and that's what
amazing.
You're paying for, isn't it? You can see where your money's gone.
Oh yeah.
When you get a Tesla Model S or a Model 3 or other cars of that value, you kind of question where the money's gone somewhat, don't you?
Oh, with this you can see it, can't you?
Can I help you?
Oh, here we go again. It's like the Mercedes video. Oh.
With this you can feel it, can't you? You can see where your money's gone. You can feel it in the chassis.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I get the feeling that this is almost a showcase of Porsche engineering prowess. I think that's in it. Although there are other cars that are in a straight line, like the Teslas, that we have to mention the Teslas, that they're quick in a straight line, maybe even quicker.
Yeah.
But this...
Well, that's a one-trick pony though, isn't it?
It is, yeah. This does everything. It's quick around a corner, it's quick around a track, it's quick
More
on
fun
a
to
road.
drive?
Oh, phenomenally. And I think I feel like I'm in something special, that I've spent all that money and I've got something for it.
Even from the outside, it's something special, isn't it?
And did you see the panel gaps?
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Perfect.
German panel gaps.
German panel gaps.
Yeah.
And I'm a Tesla owner. I'm jealous of that.
Yeah.
And I know that's a different video entirely, but ultimately, it's just, again, you're paying for, I won't say perfection, but you're paying for that level of engineering. I don't see what other word there is for it. It's just beautiful. I mean, aesthetics, that's up to you. You might not like it, you might do, but
engineering.
Yeah, you will not get in this and say, I don't like how
it's
drives.
shoddy.
The steering, it's just like the 911, and I've just realised this throttle pedal.
Yeah.
It's the same. How have they done that in an electric vehicle?
Witchcraft.
It is just astonishing. I knew this would be good, and let's face it, for £100,000,
You expect it.
It should be. It's all about expectations, but this is. It's surpassing expectations of a 140 grand car. Oh, why is it so bleeding?
And we're yet to test the brakes.
Well, that's something that's worth mentioning, actually. It's capable of around 260 odd kilowatts of regenerative braking. Which
Wow.
I think exactly. Now that is matched by other vehicles, I believe. It's not it's not unique in that, although there's not many that do it. And according to Porsche, 80% of the braking will be done by the regenerative braking.
Really?
And for the first time ever in their entire history, they have made a time-based mandatory brakes and disc change. So after 6 years, you have to change the discs and pads.
Because they'll barely be used.
Because they'll still be in use in 6 years' time.
Beg the question is, do you need the carbon ceramic discs?
Well, I think if you're going on a track, and in the Turbo and Turbo S, definitely on a track, but I
Will
think
you buy this for a track?
I'm 0.5% of Taycan owners will take this on a track.
Yeah.
So ultimately, another Taycan. Hello. But yeah, I think very few people take this on a track and use it for what it can do.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. You could take this on a track after driving it to the track and then drive it back from the track. We've driven other cars in this class, petrol. It's not new, a car of this speed, but it's made me recalibrate what I thought was possible with electric vehicles.
Yeah. It's the first poster car, isn't it?
Oh, the one that the teenager will have on the wall.
Yeah, we have.
No, hang on a minute,
a Lamborghini or a Ferrari, didn't you?
No, teenagers don't have wall posters. It'll be iPad wallpaper.
Wallpaper, yeah.
But no, it is, isn't it? It will normalise electric vehicles even
Aspirational.
more. Because they're aspirational. Those people will grow up and thinking, wow, I hope one day I can afford that car.
Yeah.
And the fact it's electric won't even enter their minds.
No. Is that the way we're judging this in an electric vehicle, or judging it as a really good engineered
Should we
vehicle?
just say that in electric vehicle terms,
No, it is.
this is better than anything you're going to come across that's on sale right now.
Yeah.
I'm not saying something else may come up soon.
Oh, yeah, well, it will inevitably, won't it? Copper.
I haven't been speeding, officer, I promise. No, I don't think there's anything else in electric vehicle world that this can...
No, I don't.
That could come close to this. I mean...
Well, there isn't, is there?
There's nothing else in that genre, though, is it?
I mean, people are going to argue that, oh, this car's quicker to 60. But I don't think it's an overall...
The Tesla Model S is often compared to this, and I think that's a stupid comparison.
They're completely different cars.
Exactly. One is a family...
A 10-year-old car.
Yeah, a family car, and it's a sports version of a family car. This is a sports car outright. There is no other sports EV around.
No.
But if you compare this to other cars, so, other Porsches, other just sports cars basically.
In the same price range.
That kind of price, what? I'd say 90 to 150 grand price bracket.
Oh, it's a big...
So...
I think it's comparable with other vehicles in that price bracket.
I think that's it, innit? This will appeal to petrol heads.
Yeah.
And
Well,
then,
I think that's it. You've hit the nail on the head there.
And then that is where we all of a sudden...
Weaned people off the...
Yeah.
This is like methadone.
I think it's one of those, isn't it? It's where you think, now I've seen what a proper sports manufacturer is capable of creating on their first attempt.
Yeah.
I look at the EV future as, wow, what are we going to get next? Right, I'm going to have to do it, Harry, I'm sorry. Driving mode.
Oh.
Sport Plus.
Have you read the instruction book?
Yeah. Oh, can you hear that? Now, let's be quiet and see if we can pick it up on camera.
Ooh.
It's like a...
Ooh, I like that. Oh.
Holy cow!
Jesus,
It's like, I couldn't get grip, oh my god! And that's...
My stomach went. That doesn't often do that.
Holy sugary, I nearly swore then.
Yeah.
Oh my lord! Ultimately,
That would have just kept going.
it would have kept going all the way past 160 odd top speed.
Wow.
I've left the what's it in the glove box.
Yeah, right, okay. Bloody hell.
Are you ready for stopping?
Go on.
But ceramic brakes meant to be very good.
Go on. Jesus Christ. That hurts.
My face came off.
My
then.
eyeballs.
Holy.
That actually hurt my eyes.
I'm afraid of coughing just in case I hit the accelerator pedal like with extra breath, and we end up buried in that bush 2 miles down the road, which is something I know you're laughing at inside now. You know what I mean.
I know what you mean. So you're saying this will do 0 to crash in about 2 or 3 seconds?
This is the quickest version.
So is it, I mean, that's too quick anyway, isn't it, really? I mean, that is ludicrously quick.
Is this too quick for British roads?
I think probably.
Well, any roads. And I think we should stop comparing it to anything Tesla based, because they're not like
We're
this.
only comparing it to a Tesla because it's a similar price and it's electric.
Yeah, exactly.
There's no other similarities.
No
really.
similarities. This is by
It's got
itself.
4 wheels.
Yeah, it's electric and it's got 4 wheels and it's accelerating fast. All right, it's got to be done again. Left foot, hard on brake, hard on accelerator. Ready?
Cool. Jesus Christ.
30, 40, 50, 60.
That is
I couldn't count quick enough for it to do it.
The noise on this isn't bad though.
I like that.
Yeah.
It actually fits. It's like an engine turbine.
It is like an engine. It's a bit of a... It's a strange sound, isn't it? But...
It's a warp core.
Yeah.
Now, you know what? I'm going to have to pull over to tell you about some of the engineering behind this, which is what I mentioned at the beginning of the video. The engineering is the most exciting part for me because I can't drive this car and tell you the details properly. It's just, I don't trust myself. No. But even when you're in the, when you start launch control, it does that.
Yeah.
So they've even thought about the noise. Right, so this is why I think this is better than even Tesla's. Maybe not battery technology and everything else. It's got the most dense powertrain in terms of kilowatts per litre of package space of all electric powertrains on the market today.
Wow.
The motors in this were effectively used and developed at Le Mans.
Wow.
Yeah, and that's the one in here.
Yeah.
It's got a single ratio in terms of gearing at the front motor, but the back is a 2-speed, so it's effectively got gears, which means you get that ridiculous acceleration, but at speed, higher gear,
going.
it's very efficient because it changes gear on the rear anyway. And again, I don't think any other EV, in fact, no other EV right now does that. They've thought, right, the only way we can do this and do this properly is by sticking a gearbox in the back.
Yeah.
All right, let's build that into it. Let's
Yeah.
develop a compact powertrain, more compact than anything else, because it gives us more space. Let's use an 800-volt system instead of a 400-volt that every other, at least car you can buy on the road anyway, uses, because it gives you significant advantages like dumping the power in quicker, charging. I mean, most people know this already. It's not a new car, but you can get 260, or is it 70 kilowatt peak charging rate on a charger that matches that. And we've just been talking to the guy at Porsche, and he said that all of the Porsche dealerships, oh no, it's going to come up again, go away. All of the P dealerships effectively are getting these Ionity type chargers, and Ionity is getting busier as well in terms of more places. Not to the level of the supercharger network.
No, but this is just the start, isn't it?
Yeah, ultimately.
5 years down the line.
What is the biggest advantage Tesla have over other EV drivers?
It's the
charging network.
Yeah.
So if they can do it properly and put it in enough places, it's going to take that advantage away. And all of a sudden, why would you get a Tesla over this?
At the moment, you would get a Tesla. If you were doing the miles, and you're doing a lot of miles, then the Tesla would make sense over this. Just because
For the network.
You can charge it wherever you need.
Bigger boot, more practicality.
Yeah.
But I don't think if you're spending 120 odd grand, you're going to be wanting a family car. You'll probably have another one,
I'd
wouldn't
man-maths myself out of a Tesla.
This is something which EVs have as a benefit, not just the Taycan, but the all-wheel drive traction control system operates 5 times faster than any conventional system because of the electric motor configuration.
Well, it's not a mechanical diff, I guess.
Yeah, So all of a sudden, when you put this into engineering and possibilities of sports cars, it's going beyond what even the best sports cars, the petrol engine, the GT3 RSs, the Ferraris. Just because it's electric. So all of a sudden, what's next?
Well, can you imagine this powertrain in a 911?
I don't think it'll happen for a while.
No,
it'll be hybrid probably, but
even a hybrid though, torque filling.
That's what makes me excited about the future. I've always thought, well, I'm going to miss the noise.
Soulless.
This has got a personality, absolutely, and that is what is lacking from a lot of EVs. Other EVs have that, don't get me wrong, but you're buying this as a sports car, and that's exactly what you're getting.
You're getting it, yeah.
There's no disappointment for me here, and how many times do we say it's all about expectations?
Well, you look on the label, it says sports car. You see it from the outside, it's a sports car. You're getting it, it's a sports car. Yeah, I mean, I thought it was going to be good. I thought it was going to be quick, and it's
all those, but then just it's another level.
Yeah,
I think that's it. It's hard to.
You start with a score in your head, and you take things off of things that disappoint you, and this is adding things on.
And considering that this costs 115 grand, the turbo, I mean, base, the Taycan starts at 80 odd. I think it's £83,000. So don't get me wrong, very expensive car, but I can see where the money's gone. I can see. I could say, you know what, this is value for money. And they've sold very well.
They have, yeah.
They're beating the sales targets across the world. And he's just told us that the UK is the second biggest Taycan market in the world.
Behind America.
Behind America, obviously.
Well, that gives... Look at the size of America. You're bigger than Germany.
Bigger than Germany, bigger than Norway, bigger than any other country. Now, Porsche on their website have a really good range tool. You literally put the spec of your car in. You know, like this is on 21-inch rims. It's going to affect its range.
It's going to,
So basically, you can put the entire spec in, what time of year, that sort of stuff, and it tells you how much you will get, and it's pretty accurate. But I would say between 210 and 240 miles in the real world across the range.
About 50 if you drive it like we have seen.
Even then,
we haven't taken that much off, have we?
You'll always get above 200 miles unless you're on a track or something. And if you drove it carefully, you would get 260-70. But I would say 210 to 240 miles.
That's enough, isn't it, really? I think
considering you can charge it at the speed you can charge it at. Let me take you through the spec list of this specific press car that we've got. And as I said before, it has got 25 grandish worth of extras. So I won't mention them all because we'll be here all day.
That's more than the Mini.
Electric folding mirrors, £210. Electric sports sound, £354. Porsche Dynamic Chassis Control Sport, £2,315.
Yep.
I'd get that. Rear axle steering, including Power Steering Plus,
Probably
£1,650.
want that as well.
Porsche ceramic composite brakes with yellow calipers. I'll go away. £4,217.
Probably do without them.
Yeah, you could probably do without them. I don't think. I think the
If
normal
you're gonna
brakes will
track
be
it,
fine.
Then that's what you need.
Yeah. 21-inch Mission E design wheels, £2,282. Painted in black, another £842.
Hand painted them.
Thermally and noise insulated glass, £1,300. Park assist with surround view, £1,000. Night vision assist, £1,566.
Wow.
Lane change assist, £548.
Take that off straight away.
Yep. Ambient lighting, £300.
Wow.
Yep.
Just for the blue lights.
Yep. Advanced climate control, 4-zone, £581. Burmester 3D high-end surround sound system, £3,245.
Bother with that.
Last one, mobile charger connect. So presumably you can plug your phone into it, not just for charge, but so.
Oh yeah, Apple CarPlay.
How do you reckon?
Oh, 300 quid.
£767.
Wow.
That's just the auctionman in us kind of going, what?
How much? You can get this at base and get another car.
Petrol heads, as I said before, petrol heads will like this and maybe even prefer it. Once
It'd
you
be
get it's only
interesting.
the noise, isn't it?
It'd be interesting to get a bunch of people who really don't like electric cars and just let them drive this.
Yes.
If this is the first one, imagine what they've got.
What are Ferrari going to come up with?
Well,
what BMW when
What
they
are Porsche testing now that we don't know?
Well, yeah.
What mules have they got?
I mean, maybe it's that. You know, look at what BMW are doing, who can arguably compete with Porsche
Yeah.
in terms of engineering, certainly.
Yeah.
And they've made the iX3, which costs upwards of that probably goes up to 100 grand in
But
itself.
everyone wants an SUV.
Yeah, but the iX3 or this
Yeah.
Ferrari, Aston Martin, Taycan. If you were going to lease something for a year,
That'd be a Ferrari. I
So
want
that's
to
like it.
I want to make the most of it before.
basically what
before
you're
it
doing
goes.
is saying, just before we break up, can we sleep together one more time?
Yeah.
That's what you're doing with the petrol engine.
Yeah.
So
I think that's it. I think this is the future, and I can have this as much as I want in the future. But if someone offered me a Ferrari for a year or this for a year, I'd go for the Ferrari.
So this is the longer term proposition, but
This
short
is the
term.
wife. The Ferrari's the girlfriend.
Thank you guys for watching. If nobody watching this, I couldn't give a monkeys because I'm playing around in a Taycan. But for those that do, thank you, and please do subscribe because Porsche are not going to give me anything else in the future if I don't get subscribers. So it makes such a difference. People don't realise, but yes, click that button, basically.
And the bell.
And the bell. That's what every YouTube channel says, and it's for a good reason. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Apologies for the outside bit, but you don't realise how cold it
It's
is.
freezing.
Like,
It's still.
It's still very, very cold. And anyway, we're done. Right, see you.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye.